Okay, there are already 55 people in the room. So let us begin the session of webinar. Hello, selamat sore. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings everyone. Today we are going to do a world-class visiting professor session, a webinar by Fasilkom TI Universitas Sumatera Utara that will be delivered by our respected keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Rahmita Wirza Oka Rahmat from Department of Multimedia, Fakulti Sains Komputer dan Teknologi Maklumat from University Putra Malaysia. And before we begin, there is an opening remark from our Dean of Fasilkom TI, Professor Dr. Opim Salim Siptompo. We have here Professor Opim already with us today. Let please, Professor Opim, our Dean, the floor is with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andre. Thank you very much for our honored guest this afternoon, Professor Rahmita. Welcome to USU in our webinar series. We are very glad to tell you that the lecture will enrich our student with today's topics, namely the virtual reality, augmented reality, I think, and mixed reality. Okay, this is a very interesting topics right now. Everybody, I can say, especially the health field, okay, the medical field, okay, as well as the dental field are ready to use this technology, okay, in their field. Okay, and I wonder, why don't we, as a computer scientist or information technologists, okay, not entering the the field, okay, deeply. Okay, why I said deeply, because we should be a better persons, okay, to be able to dig deeply into the field. Okay. Right now, especially in USU, Fasilkom TI, Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, where I can say that it's still in the beginning of the using the technology, okay, because only a few of our staffs has entered this field, but unfortunately, it's still in the level of undergraduate studies. Yeah. I expect after this webinar, after these lectures, yeah, students from a higher level of study, our master's and doctoral degree students, okay, should try, okay, to manage, okay, and to get, okay, involved, okay, into the research of virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality in their research. Okay, so we can further, okay, enter the field, okay, especially by implementing the technology in our field, okay, the computer science and information technology field. Okay. I think that's my hope, okay, from this webinar, okay, from this lecture. Welcome again, Prof. Ramita. Please start. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Thank you so much, our respected Dean, Professor Dr. Opim Salim Stompul, for your wonderful opening remarks. And now we are going to hear the presentation from Professor Rahmita. But before we begin, I would like to read her curriculum vitae so we can know better about Professor Rahmita. Professor Dr. Rahmita Wirza Hoka Rahmat is a professor of computer science from Department of Multimedia, Fakulti Sains Komputer dan Teknologi Maklumat, Universiti Putra Malaysia, UPM, Serdang, Selangor, Darul Ehsan, Malaysia. Nah, kalau di sini Serdang itu kawasan di Medan, jadi dekat. Nah, she get her Bachelor of Computer Science in Mathematics from University Science of Malaysia, USM, Penang, Malaysia, and also her MSc, also from USM, and the other master's degree is from University of Hull, United Kingdom, and her PhD degree from University of Leeds of the year 2000. She has many employment experience, administration experience, and teaching experience, and of course, research experience, mainly about uh, virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Go. So, Professor Rahmita, the time is yours now. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Boleh clear dengan very clear suara? Boleh dengar kan?
Clear, bisa dengar,
Okay.
Prof. Bisa.
Okay.
Bisa,
That's
bisa.
clear.
Okay. Terima kasih Prof. Pim Salim. Terima kasih Andri. Ya. Terima kasih juga atas jemputan bagi talk ni. Saya pun quite surprise juga. Tapi alhamdulillah sama-sama kita kongsi ilmu, like we share, and then kita pun tak jauh kan. Saya pun kira balik kampung juga ni. So let me share my slide. Alright. Boleh eh? Alright. So the title given to me is AR, MR, VR, why it's important to protect new innovations. So the focus is on how to protect innovations. And then we're focusing on the AR, MR, and VR is rasanya real-time use of informations in the form of text, graphics, audio, and other rendering of digital images or data to real-world objects. So what we did in augmented reality is real-world environments. So that's why the name is augmented. We augment in between the virtual and real world. In the meantime, for the virtuality, it refers to a computer-generated simulations in which a person can interact within an artificial three-dimensional environment using electronic devices such as special goggles with a screen or glove fitted with sensors. So in virtual reality, we are in the virtual world. we lost connections with the real world object. We are in the virtual world, and all are in virtual modeling, virtual 3D modeling, right? In for mixed reality is in between between AR and VR. Mixed reality is the merging of real and virtual worlds to produce new environments and visualizations where physical and digital objects coexist and interact in real time. So the physical and virtual not just merge or integrate or rendering, it also interact between them in real time. So does not exclusively take place in either the physical or virtual world, but is a hybrid of reality and virtual reality. It's combination of hybrid between reality, augmented, between virtuality and reality. And then it's doesn't have to be in augmented or reality, or doesn't have to be in virtual world. It is hybrid. Yeah. So the definition is quite big actually, because either in the virtual world or in the real world, but then it will interact in real time. So why I mentioned about AR, MR, and VR, because the content are similar, especially when we want to copyright the applications. So for the most of it, generally, we have code or script, yeah, programming or script. Previously, we used OpenGL, Visual C++, OpenCV, AR Toolkit, but nowadays we have uh, Unity to do our augmented reality. So in that app, in our app later, we have video, 3D model, 2D or 3D animations, the content itself, the audio, and 2D sketch or markers. Markers if we implement a markerless, a marker AR, right? So for those who are not really familiar with augmented reality applications, AR involved two types, which is markerless. It's just that don't have any tangible marker. Marker is a piece of sketch or 2D object, or even 3D pun boleh, 3D object, right? And then from that, we use to interact with our app. Actually, is the way we transfer from the virtual world coordinates to from the real world coordinate to virtual world coordinate. Basically, augmented reality are the same with the graphics. It's just a matter of transitions between modeling coordinate, world coordinate, virtual coordinate, device coordinate. But instead of everything in graphics, the modeling is virtual, the world is real world, then go to virtual coordinates. So basically, just like standard computer graphics. Then all this content, if we do it ourselves, if we not taking from anywhere, we can copyright it. Let's say video. I will show later the samples. Let's say video. If you capture video, you the one who capture the video, and then you the one or your friends that involved in the project edit the video to suit your project. Then you can copyright that video. Then the 3D model, let's say you're the one who developed the model and you create it using a Blender or 3D Studio Max or Maya, but then you're the one who developed it, edit it and put in your applications, then you also can copyright this model. The same thing with 2D and 3D animations, audio, if you're the one who design the song, also can copyright it separately. Yeah, that's the beauty when you want to copyright AR, MR, VR. So you can for KPI, performance can copyright it. Later I will show you the sample. All right, this is the category of copyright work. we have literary work, which includes any form of writings, play, dramas, script, pantomime, works of reference, lectures, sermon, letters, tables, compilations, and computer program. Yeah, computer program also can be done, can be copyrighted as literary work. But unfortunately, I don't think we can do this in Malaysia, but I'm not sure about Indonesia. We have different law. Different countries have a different law. Musical work, any musical work, and including works composed for musical accompaniment. So let's say you do the AR app, involve background music, and that music, you're the one who doing it, then you can copyright it, right? Then artistic work, involve graphics work, photograph, sculpture, collage, irrespective of artistic quality, architectural work, building, model, work of artistic craftsmanship. So any that involve artistic also can be copyright. Film, fixations of sequence of visual image or material, any descriptions. So let's say, as I mentioned, if you take a pictures or take a movie, you edit, you also copyright. That's the beauty of this app. Yeah? Sound recording, if you do the sound recording, of course, can be copyrighted. Broadcasting and derivative work. Yeah? All these are under category of copyright. And because we are thinking of copyright, our AR, MR, and VR work, we can get this copyright, yeah, as long that we are the one who doing it. Yeah, so this is the sample of an app. This was developed quite a few years ago, starting initials app for my project, because I will start a little bit small app to get a grant or to proceed with a project under a grant. Yeah. So these are 4 of the markers. The markers, actually, when we did this marker, we not really draw it from scratch. What we did is we trace from original images, but then we change, we modify shapes a little bit that suit to our project. Yeah, because it's already not looking same as the originals, totally different already. So we can copyright all these markers. Yeah. So let's see what actually this app. A very simple AI.
Morning, welcome to the neural world, the most complicated organ in the human body, which is the brain. The human brain is formed by 3 major parts. The largest is called cerebrum. The second part is called cerebellum, or also known as the little brain. Right underneath here, you can appreciate the third structure of.
Okay, you can see the video, the film, the video.
The central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The human brain is the main organ of the human central nervous system. It is located in the head, protected by the skull.
Ini dia AR ya. Okay, that 3D model we digitize from a real physical model. We digitize it and put it back as a digital content for our AR. Yeah. And also quiz. A very basic AR, but yet we can copyright it. Okay. So from this app, one simple app named as Central Nervous System, and then The tajuk karya stated that central nervous system video because we protected the video. Nombor permohonan and nombor permintaan. Nombor permohonan is when the panel submit, the UPM submit to our MyIPO. MyIPO is Institute for Copyright in Malaysia. This is the nombor permohonan, and then once it's what do you call it, supported, then we can get this number. And the category is under film, right? One copyright for the app. The second copyright is the central nervous system itself, the system itself, with the number permohonan LY, this one, which is in 2017, of course, and then number pemberitahuan is the one that they approve, and that is under category sastra, meaning that the app itself is under category sastra. Then the third copyright is under category seni. This is for the markers and for the model. We bundle together the models, the marker, because we did one app, we managed to get 3 copyright, right? So one is for the video, which is we take ourselves, even though the content is not really ours, but the video itself, we the one who capture and we the one who edit, yeah. And then the itself fall under category sastra, and then the marker and the 3D model, whatever 3D model in the app, and the marker, because we're the one who doing it, so we can copyright it. And it's under category seni. Seni because it's melukis, sketch. All right, so this is the video that we captured that in the early stage of in the early app.
Good morning. Welcome to the Neuro World. I am Dr. Pexi. Today, I wish to show you the most complicated organ in the human body, which is the brain. I wonder how many cells are there by 2 types of cells, neurons and glial cells. There are altogether 100 billions of neurons and 900 billions of glial cells to make up a brain, which is made up by 1 trillion of cells. Because of 1 trillion of cells, it causes the surface of the brain to be folded or wrinkled. That means wrinkle on the brain is good, but not the wrinkles on the face. Behind every successful man, there is a woman. How about the brain? Yes, in the world of the brain, we say behind every functioning neuron, there are 9 glial cells. In this picture, the yellow structure is the neuron, which is supported by at least 9 glial cells to ensure that the neuron can function properly. We always wonder, do the left and the right side of the cerebral hemisphere can function equally? When you look deeper into this diagram, you can see that some of the functions is only controlled by the right, and on the other hand, some are only controlled by the left-hand side. We will go deeper and have a look at that. For the right side of the brain, it controls 4 main functions. To make it easy, we can remember it by the mnemonic called IMAC. I for imagination, M for music, A for art, and C for creativity. IMAC. How about for the left-hand side? On the left-hand side, you can see that everyone is working in the cubicle and it is very dark in color. For the left-hand side, for the left side of the brain, it controls 3 other functions, which can be easily remembered by 3 L's.
So kalau if you can see here in the video, it just not capture the video, but also the editing. So we edit the video, then we add some more informations. So that's the reasons we are allowed to copyright the video. If just a video, just like that, we are not allowed to copyright it because it's just a normal video. So once we edit and put some more informations and we can claim it's ours, then we can copyright the videos. All right, so this is another sample, yeah. AR, very simple AR, just one page only, yeah. If you are UPM's graduate, you can remember this tree. This is a very popular tree. It symbolizes UPM, but unfortunately the tree died last year, yeah. So what we did is we captured a few from a different angle, then we choose, and then we edit the image. So you can see there's editing involved there to make it more interesting. All right. The reasons we edit these pictures because we are going to exhibit in arts exhibitions named Jawa. It's under Faculty of Design in UPM. Yeah. So we take a pictures with a high resolutions because we're going to put in a very big space, and then we edit the skies, we edit the background a little bit, we edit the colors so that it looks much more nicer and easier to capture using the AR camera. So a very simple AR, right? So it will pop up the fireflies, clip. Ah. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot copyright the music background because the music background is not ours. Yeah, but we can copyright the pictures and the app itself. All right. So this is the place. You can see it's very big. Yeah, that's why we need to to capture the pictures, the photo with the high resolutions. We put in the wall on the wall, and then we name as code light. Yeah, and then all these informations about these pictures. Right. The Tajuk Karya is AR Firefly, and we managed to copyright this photo because this photo with the nombor permohonan, this one, and nombor pemberitahuan, and it's under category of sastra. Yeah. And then because we are using Unity with the scripting, so we also can copyright the scripting with this nombor permohonan, nombor pemberitahuan, and it's under category sastra. Yeah? Not the app, the scripting itself. Yeah. Then later we'll show you why we need to do this, and some of the applications that my student did, I can't copyright it. Okay, these again samples that I would like to show to you. We name as Aqua Smart. It's an app for the safety in the water. Yeah, if someone fall into the water, what we need to do? If someone lemas, drawn in a swimming pool, what we have to do. So this is a CPR, yeah. Okay, for this, we managed only to copyright the source code and object because you can see the robot is not ours. The robot is from the asset, Unity asset. So it's not ours, yeah. And then the technique of the CPR is also not ours. It's already standard. So what we only able to copyright is the source code and object code, right? And it's under category of sastra. Then we come out to mixed reality. Okay, the AR stereoscopic view. At this moment, my focus for the mixed reality is the stereoscopic augmented reality. Might be later I will move on some differently, but at this moment, my focus in stereoscopic view. Stereoscopic view for the AR, you still have to use the VR box, but then if you see there, oops, you see here, we open up the windows there. Or this one, there's a hole there, so that we can use our phone camera to look to see the marker. Okay, this one is the cheapest one, right? So what we did is there's a handphone there, and then we put in the we play the app, and then we just pop in to here. Yeah? This is a very cheap one. Yeah, a lot of different VR box or HMD that we can use. A very simple one. Yang ini belajar pasal jantung lah. So you can see there, ya. You can see they use controller to control what they want to view, either to rotate, yeah, either to rotate or to zoom in. Nampak there, you can see the marker there. This is partly our project where we test on the students. This is actually a master project, sarjana project, sarjana research project. All right. So that's one of the samples of stereoscopic. This one is another samples of stereoscopic with a tajuk karya exagaming based to improve cardiovascular endurance for the source code and object code, and only one copyright, and fall under category sastra, right? So why is only fall under one copyright? Because again, the same thing, ignore my cluttered office. You can see that there's avatar exercise in front of us, and then this is the VR box. We insert our mobile to that, and then the user will follow the movement. Still, this project is still going on because you can see a little bit difficult for the kids to use the VR box. It's not really situated nicely on their head. And then this one also is very small. We have another options untuk box ni. Sekejap, ya. Unfortunately, we cannot go into our office, so I have to buy a new one. Right, this one is the another options to be used, yeah. And then the same thing also, you just pop in your phone there, and then you play your app, and then you wear it, pakai, yeah. Tapi again, still under experiments, because for the exercise that very macam ni simple sikit. Macam ni walaupun dia tak berapa not very active, but still the head to find something or the same thing also. Okay, she's our bowling personnel. You can see it has to hold it. Yeah. So, but still, because the avatar is not ours. It's not we are the one who did the avatar, and because the movement also not ours, not we cannot claim it is ours. But so what we can copyright is the source code and the object code, the scripting in the Unity, and how all the whole the whole applications. Okay, another sample. This one, ignore the clutter of my room. Okay, the same thing also, stereoscopic. I can see the avatar is not retrieved. The same thing, you wear the HMD and then you follow the exercise and then follow. But I did not submit for the copyright for these applications. Why? Because the avatar from somewhere else, and then this my students did not use another applications which I'm not sure whether it's drop and drag or using scripting. So I prefer it let it be, not copyrighted, because I know it can't be copyright. If it's drag and drop, cannot. And then this also is not is taken from another you call it another model, another avatar, and not from ours, not the one who we build ourselves. Okay, this is another sample, but unfortunately the numbers of the copyright is in my office and I cannot get it because of this COVID. So you can see here all the yang by the students by themselves, yeah. Animations, even though it's simple animation. Again, for the markers, animations, and the building that we develops and apps, the code. All right. So this is UPM IP panel. What happened is I have a class. This class is an elective class. The name of the class is, the name of the subject is Augmented Reality and Applications. And each of this is offered for first semester for every year. And every student to create and develop one applications. And because I prefer them to create a real applications, not just a matter of assignment that we don't have time to check, fully check or whatever, or might be we check, but we're not really. So I assign to from outside or from my assigned my friends, and I told my friends to be their co-supervisors. So these co-supervisors will create an app that can be used to other in the real world. Okay. So one of the co-supervisors she assigned her students to work together with my students. So students from the Fakulti Pendidikan create the content, create the idea from the education's part, and my students create the AR, the model, the markers according to the requirement. Yeah. So you can see here from the pictures number 1, this is a body game board, yeah, which were created by the students from the Fakulti Pendidikan. The same thing with the third pictures is also game board, yeah, and there is a card and the book. So game board and the card is a marker for the AR, and this is my student. Oops. These are my students, and this is from Fakulti Pendidikan, right? So we managed to copyright, of course, the board games, the card as a marker, right? And also the whole app as a coding and source code and scripting copyright. But we are not allowed to copyright this as a book, because book itself, if we sent to a publisher, is already been copyright by itself. Okay, so the second pictures are my students waiting for their turn, right? And these are panels. Dr. Zahira is our Deputy Dean Deputy Director in Putra Science Park, who in charge in UPM IP panel. Prof. Ramlan is one of the IP panel. And my students demo the applications, so they will understand whether these apps are allowed to copyright. We are lucky in UPM. UPM is a research university. We have dedicated IP panels. So every week we can submit. They will call us to present, and they will decide. And then the staff in Putra Science Park will finalize the proposals, the submissions, and they will send to my IPO to get the copyright. So we as a staff only submit and present. We don't have to drive to my IPO in Kuala Lumpur and fill in all the form. This also the same thing with the patent submissions. Previously, in early years, we have to write the claims for patent, but nowadays the UPM paid for the patent agents to write the claims, but sit down together with the researchers. Yeah, and you can see the pictures 5. This person, these two girls are from master student from Fakulti Pendidikan, and this is my students, right? Fakulti Pendidikan students is a master's coursework students, and my student is undergraduate students. So Fakulti Pendidikan, they will create, they will design the app, they will inform, they will tell to my students what the expectations, and my students will draw the storyboard. Of course, we need to draw a storyboard. They have to draw the storyboard, and then they will sit down together and discuss with me and the co-supervisors whether these storyboards are good for their expectations. And all these students from Fakulti Pendidikan is master's coursework, and they are teachers actually, teacher who do their postgraduate studies. And number 6 is my students. Her co-supervisors are from industry. I contact my industry's friend asking whether they're willing to become a co-supervisor, and they will be one of the inventor. And then they can use the app. So they're interested with it, and I work together with my students to create an app that suit their needs. Yeah. Okay. When I mentioned about inventor, when we as academicians which work in university, when we submit either copyright or patent, the copyright is not ours to own. The owner is UPM. We are the inventors. Yeah. So all these, me, my student, is UPM. UPM will decide what we'll do with the copyright. Yeah. So these are, if you want to further, I will show. We will go to the MyPo website and look into the copyright stated there. Okay, This is a simple VR in our faculty. Unfortunately, I'm not the one who focuses in VR. VR is actually under Associate Prof. Dr. Putri Sohaiza, and you can see here Dr. Siti Khadijah is testing the VR. We have a small lab for VR, and is under management of Dr. Putri Sohaiza. So later, if you want to communicate with her, I can share you her contact numbers, and I think she's in here joining the webinar. All right. So why is it important to protect new innovations? Yeah. So why do we need? So you are investing time and money in development, right? We put our time, money using research grant. So it is legitimate to wish that at some point you will get something back in return, right? So in return tu mungkin you nak jual dan you dapat balik, you want to sell and you want to get it back, or in term of KPI, in term of naik pangkat. Yeah? So being a copycat is even considered a business strategy and is not prohibited as long as no intellectual property rights are infringed. Some of the business, they do the copycat. Yeah. Kalau dulu Jepun terkenal lah dengan copycat. So the copycat, as long as not infringe the IP, then they are safe. Okay. According to a study, almost 60% of companies experience that a new product is copied in the first year after it is launched. This is normal. Once you launch your product, immediately someone will copycat your work. Yeah. Even like I'm presenting here, some of the participants will copycat the product. Yeah. So it's happened. Yeah. As long as not infringe the intellectual property rights, then no one will touch you, right? So product piracy problems. Piracy also a problem with this, our product. Product counterfeiters are even more problematic. Sometimes only the product is very similar. Sometimes even the name and packaging are copied. People like to do the copy, yeah, and try to copy the product. Yeah? The more extensively you protect your product, either patent, utility model, trademark design, the less chances counterfeiters have in court. So that's the reason we need to patent our work. If you want to patent your work, yeah, we can put patent our work. I have a few patents. If you check my scopus, there is list of my international patent. If you want to see. Utility model, meaning the patent only one claim. Patent usually have some numbers of claim, but for one claim only, we call it utility. Trademark, you also can patent trademark. You mean you get trademark and design, yeah, ID. So if you copyright, if you submit for the intellectual properties, then last chances counterfeiters can win in court, yeah. Okay. So why we need to protect research our work? We do the research and we thinking of do the protections. Why? Of course, one is KPI because we're academicians. So if you're students, your thinking is KPI. Another one for the students to put in your CV. So your CV will look nice. Okay. So because some of you are students, I think research students or academicians, so this is actually our general research. First, we do the LR, literature review, to understand the situations, to get overview of what we intend to do. Yeah, we do further literature review to identify the problems. Further again, to decide our objective. Further do the literature review to identify the solutions. Yeah. Once we identify the solutions, we further to literature review to get further pictures. Then we set up our experiment. Yeah. Once we do the experiment set up, we do a pilot study. Then we do the experiments. Yeah, some of the research, especially PhD, we have 3 contributions. Some are lot. Yeah, then we do the experiments. Okay. Generally, if you do the experiment, you manage to get one at least contributions, you actually can do the patent file. You file the patent. Yeah. Then you do the verifications, validation. Of course, when you do the experiment, there's verification, validations, and then you have analyze your product. Then you do the publications. Once you did the publications, you manage the whole of your PhD work or your master degrees work, then you do the write-up. In the meantime, while you do your write-up, you can submit for data and software copyright. Okay. If you look at here, right, you can see the flow of this work. Yeah? First, publications. Of course, you do your research. Then you patent file your work. Yeah? You do the experiment. You get 1 contribution. You verify, you validate, you analyze, submit for patent. Okay. Don't stop publish your work. Some people say, "Oh, I cannot patent because I need to publish. I cannot publish because that patent." That's bullshit. Yeah. So what you do is submit together. Once you manage to get the contributions, you verify and validate and analyze everything complete. Submit your patent. Yeah. To submit your patent. At the same time, submit for publications. Okay. Because if you put it together, submit together, patent will take, I don't know about in Indonesia, but in Malaysia, especially UPM, around 2 or 3 weeks, you already managed to get the filing numbers. Once it's filing numbers, then the work is protected. Yeah. Publication, if you submit to very good journals, it will take about 6 months to 8 months to be accepted. Then it will take another few months to be published. Yeah. And even if you go to moderate, if you submit to moderate journals, it will take about 3 months to accept and then to publish. Yeah. So by the time your work is published, your patent, you already got a filing numbers for your patent. Yeah. And then please, if you are thinking of patent your work, do not publish yet, because once you publish, it will belong to society. So that's why you see the diagram, patent the file, then publish. Okay. Once published, you finalize your work, you do your write-up, check your thesis, either your master thesis, then you submit while waiting for the viva. Compile again your data. Make sure your data, clean your data. Make sure it's nicely formed. Yeah. Then copyright your data as a standard data set, because you already done, you're using data. So the data is already been tested. Why not copyright the data? And then once you copyright the data, put it in your publications later on so that people will use your data and refer to your work. So by referring your work, your H index will increase. Yeah. And then software, right? Look back into your software, either it's AR, VR, MR, or any skin nicely, clean up everything, the comment, everything. Again, submit for copyright. Yeah. Boleh ya. Once you just submit, because you're waiting for your Wi-Fi. It will take time. Yeah. So if you did the same thing also with your research, if let's say your research need for you to do your software. Let's say experiment setup, you do the pilot study, you have to create your software to test for further experiments. Yeah? So you you develop the software to do the pilot study and to do the experiment, and then to further on enhance. You can copyright your software. Once you copyright your software, once you manage to get the contributions, then you file your patent, then your publications. At the end, while you're waiting for your Viva, clean up your data, submit for copyright. Yeah. So you just imagine if you are doing your research, especially PhD, you will get software copyright, patent if you manage to get patent. If not, it's okay because it's not easy for computer science to patent their work. You can get publications, at least 3 publications. Yeah. Kalau tak pun, more than 3. Yeah. For my area, I have 3, usually 3 objectives. So each of it has 3 contributions. So at least 3 publications. 1 publication in LR. Yeah. The 5th one is from your final meeting. Yeah. 1 LR or solutions. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is the final one once you analyze everything. Yeah. So at least 5 journals from your work, research work. Yeah. So come out adding some more software copyright and data copyright. So at least you have 5 publications, 2 copyright. Okay. But then if you're doing a fundamentals research, yeah, so that means you cannot patent, you know, a little bit difficult for copyright because it's fundamentals. So but then you still have publication 3 publications for the LRS2 and the whole program at least 5 publications and copyright. Don't forget, even you do the fundamentals, you still have something that you are going to develop, either your engine can be copyright. Yeah. All right. So that's it from me. I think that's everything. Oh, sorry. I to you the what you call it operations of Malaysia. You, if you go here, you can get a lot of information, especially in copyright. Of course, so definition of copyright and other durations. Copyright is much more longer than and patent. So this is duration of copyright. Tu yang cantiknya tu. Kita boleh jadikan dia macam warisan lah. Kalau kita dah mati lah. Tapi kita programming kan, unless you create very advanced software, that's good. Yeah, boleh lah. The rights of copyright owners, copyright infringements. You have to understand this so that people, if someone infringe your copyright, you can chase them in a court. Okay. So that is from me. Thank you very much indeed. If you have any questions, I will wait. If not, I'm okay. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih banyak, Kak Cik. Jadi kalau di rumah manggilnya Kak Cik biasanya. Tapi udah terakhir 2015 ya, ke Medan ya Kak Cik ya.
Iya, betul.
Jadi, thank you very much for your mind-expanding explanation about AR and VR, and also the mixed reality, khususnya untuk why it's important to protect new information. Karena kalau kalau cara belajar biasanya kalau di Indonesia ada model ATM. amati, tiru, modifikasi, atau see, copy, and modify. Jadi kalau di Indonesia ada Kentucky Fried Chicken, itu di copy orang sekarang jadi ayam geprek.
Oke.
Ayam geprek ada ditambah sambal, karena orang Medan itu suka dengan yang pedas-pedas. Pedas-pedas. Jadi it is very important to protect new innovation because we are investing time and money in development, and it is very legitimate to wish that at some point we will get something back in return. So actually being a copycat is a rule of learning, adalah cara untuk belajar. Jadi kita belajar sesuatu, tapi kalau dalam akademik itu kita harus menyebutkan sumbernya, ya, menyebutkan sumbernya, lalu melakukan modifikasi atas karya dia. Nah, kalau di Indonesia ini untuk mengurus hak cipta itu relatif mudah, Kak Ci. Jadi ada dia cukup melapor ke departemen terkait, lalu dia unggah misalnya softwarenya berikut input dan outputnya, dan use case diagram dan dokumen-dokumen terkait, dan dalam tempo kurang dari sebulan biasanya sudah dapat hak cipta, sudah dapat copyright. Tapi untuk patent itu berbeda sekali. Patent biasanya kita nunggu sampai minimal 18 bulan. Itu dari webinar terakhir dapat 18 bulan. Dan kadang-kadang ada yang lebih dari 2 tahun itu belum juga dapat. Kalau di Malaysia atau di luar negeri lainnya bagaimana ini, Prof. Rahmita?
Kalau kami di Malaysia, macam saya cakap tadi, bila kata we submit the form, the PSP submit form, will take some other, they will assign us a patent agent. So patent agent will sit down together with us, write the claims, then submit for the patent. It will take about 2 weeks to get the IP file. Filing number dah cukup. Filing number can protect already our work. But then for the patent to be granted, it will take about 2-3 years or more than that, because they need to do the thorough search. Tapi kalau tentang filing dah 2 minggu saja ke depan. Filing tu je yang penting.
Oke, ya. Ya, kalau di Indonesia juga kalau untuk hak cipta itu lumayan murah untuk mengurusnya, hanya sekitar Rp600.000. Jadi kurang dari Rp200. Tapi itu ada hak cipta. Kalau hak paten itu mungkin lebih mahal lagi. Nah, ini ada pertanyaan dari from our leader. Untuk copyright, apakah Prof. Rahmita pernah mengurus copyright di negara lain selain di Malaysia, dan bagaimana kira-kira?
Agak bising. Okay, copyright saya tak pernah lagi. I never submitted to any other countries other than Malaysia. But patent, yes, patent. If you check from my scopus, I patent in US, in Japan. Yeah.
Oke, in Japan, ya. Jadi pernah ya Pak Rita, Pak Ivan ya. Nah, ini ada lagi dari Muhammad Iqbal Maulana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya ingin bertanya Prof. Rahmita khususnya tentang AR dan VR. Persyaratan apa yang dibutuhkan sebelum mempelajari AR dan VR, atau roadmap yang dibutuhkan untuk mempelajari AR dan VR itu?
Okay, bila tanya macam ni, actually, if you, for us who are familiar with the computer, it's not that difficult to do AR and VR, especially if you use Unity. Except if you want to do using OpenGL on OpenCV, that's a different thing. If you use Unity, I think for us it's not that difficult. But then you have to understand the computer graphics roadmap. Why we need the marker, and then the transmission between the coordinate systems, modeling coordinate system, to world coordinate system, to visuals coordinate system. Yang tu saja. And then of course, why is it you manage to detect the marker? Some markers cannot be detected, some marker is easy to detect because it involves image processing. to identify the age and then the good to track features. Other than that, if you just want to implement our area, it's not that difficult.
Mungkin yang bertanya itu agak takut karena melihat background Prof. Rahmita itu ada Bachelor of Science in Math. Jadi mungkin AR dan VR ini involve hard work or in math. Jadi apakah ada mungkin background math ini bakal bisa lebih mendukung kita dalam AR and VR di Prof? Atau itu memang the queen essential, memang dia essential pengetahuan matematika ini?
Not really. If you just want to learn AR or VR, not really you have to have a very good background of mathematics. But then if you want to go further to do calculations and higher or in-depth of AR, VR, of course you need mathematics because it involves calculations. But if you're thinking of using AR or doing AR not that in-depth, I think most of us can do the AR and VR. Yeah, and then especially if you want to do the ACI, human computer interactions, focusing on that, I think not that much in mathematics.
Okay. Is there any more question from the audience? Nah, ada lagi dari Pak Ivan Jaya, untuk hasil penelitian AR and VR, Prof. Rahmita, apakah ada yang dimasukkan ke Play Store atau adakah APK yang bisa kami coba? Mungkin bisa jadi gambaran untuk kami, karena di Fasilkom Tech ini udah ada alat-alat juga untuk AR dan VR nih Prof. Jadi pingin di-compare.
Okay, for my AR ada, saya dah upload, tapi bukan tahun ni lah, agak 2 tahun lepas saya dah upload dekat Google Play Store. But cuma itulah ada yang kita tengok balik lah how it goes because already 2 years there. Saya upload dekat Google Play Store, Android because we are not going to iPhone. And then satu lagi sebab lately ni saya tak pergi ke, I did not upload to Play Store because I'm focusing to make sure the application that my students develop is small so that we can transfer using WhatsApp. Or if it's a little bit bigger, then we do it through email. So if let's say some of you want to try to use the app and want to do the comparisons with yours, just students applications.
Oke. Ya, terima kasih Prof. Any more question from the audience? Oh, ini from Randy Hexa Desianto. He is one of my students. Professor Rahmita, are there any possibilities where these technologies can be developed until some point where remote medical operation can be done? For example, remote medical surgery.
Yes, can, of course. Boleh. Cuma sekarang problem dia bukan problem lah. I mean, there's a search doing on it. If you do the remote medical surgery, if it's involved touching the patients, we need some sort like technology to move virtually from our hand to the other side. But then the accuracy involved there, because when we use our hand there, transform to the virtual and then touching the other side, and this movement are accurate. Yang tu, and then satu lagi bila remote, our internet, the delay.
Oh, the delay.
Yeah, unless if you're thinking about moving the robot like what we have now from our side, move the robot for the medical surgery, then it's okay. Going to that for the medical surgery. Cuma accuracy lah dengan and then nyawa. Randy berminat ke ya?
Okay, thank you Prof. Ada lagi pertanyaan dari Dr. Ade Chandra, salah satu dosen kita. Prof. Ramita, could you please share your best practice in testing the app?
Okay, my practice testing the app is to sit down the users in a row and give them tablet, and then the tablet, kami ada 10 tablet ni 10 tablet, we sit down, we set users, let them use, install the video capturing movement, video capturing for this app. So the movement of the finger can be captured. Yeah, and then when they sit down in front of them, we put a camera, video camera from in front and the side. So then we can capture their expressions. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we let them use our applications inside, let them use until the end, and we cannot help them. Whatever it is, we just sit down at the back without not helping them. Then after they finish, we'll give them questionnaire. So they will answer that. Face expressions, questionnaire, and then the finger movement on the tab. Yang tu yang setakat ni lah saya guna, use for the testing the apps.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Prof. Ramita. Prof, I have my own question. It seems to me that these AR and VR things are rely so much on sophisticated technology, and we know that technology is changing rapidly every year. Then current hardware may be obsolete in the next 18 months, according to the Moore's law. Yeah. So, yeah, how can you in your lab cope with the rapidly changing fact in this technology hardware? Apakah kita harus senantiasa itu membeli apa baru, alat-alat baru karena itu become obsolete in the next year, atau kita cukup mengandalkan alat yang ada, atau apa bagaimana? Halo.
Oke, can it work?
Oke, ini udah bisa nih, Prof.
Alright, sorry. Siapa punya network, saya ke sebelah sana?
Ya, tadi nggak kedengaran, Prof. Penjelasannya belum dengar. Ya.
Sebab mungkin di luar hujan, jadi mungkin network. Okay, untuk AR, augmented reality, not really too dependent on the devices. Sebab handphone tu walau whatever, yeah, so it's not really still can be the same app, we can use the same app. Yang saya nampak lah, orang dia boleh still use into the VR. For me, I'm focusing on AR. From the beginning, I start. We don't have to change our handphone. We still use the same handphone.
Okay.
No, everybody like to change and still have the phone for 5 years.
Yeah.
Ada gangguan ya?
Ya, ada gangguan, Prof.
Ya, itulah saya nampak senyap saja. Okay, nah tadi boleh dengar tak? Okay, can I repeat again? So for me, AR
Yes,
is
please.
not too dependent on the
Yeah.
devices. Yeah, and then I'm not worried so much because we always change our handphone. Yeah, I know like me myself, jarang lah beli handphone, but I think the younger people like to change the handphone. So I mean, not really worried so much for me for the AR, augmented reality.
Okay.
And mixed reality.
Okay. Now we have a question from the Faculty of Dentistry. There is a lecture. Okay, thank you for the interesting lecture, Prof. Ramita. I am Rika from the Faculty of Dentistry in front of the Computer Science building. I would like to thank Prof. Oping for inviting us for this webinar. And this is a very eye-opening lecture, Prof. Ramita. So looking forward to for research collaboration between the two faculty. In the computer science faculty, it can be 3 faculty, one from Malaysia and 2 from USU. Jadi mungkin mau mengajak kerjasama nanti karena Sabtu yang lalu itu ada juga kuliah tentang augmented reality untuk membedah mulut ya di Fakultas Kedokteran Gigi, Dentistry. Jadi itu sangat menarik karena itu bisa digunakan paling tidak itu untuk mengajarkan mahasiswa kedokteran gigi itu untuk bagaimana membedah mulut ya tanpa harus ada pasien di situ. Dan kemudian bisa juga untuk menerangkan kasus-kasus yang sulit ya, kasus-kasus yang sulit seperti mungkin kalau gigi geraham belakang itu dua-duanya harus dicabut, itu sangat sakit karena tidak bisa dokter gigi biasa, itu harus dokter gigi yang spesialis bedah mulut dan harus kadang-kadang harus operasi operasinya biusnya bius total. I've been the victim of that. Saya barusan operasi gigi juga jadi sambil curhat. Yeah. Prof. Ramita, can you still hear me? Untuk Bu Rika, ada pertanyaan yang mau ditujukan untuk Dr. Gigi Rika Hairunisa. Is there any question from Professor Rahmita you like to talk about?
Ya, dengar.
Bisa dengar ya, Prof.
Sorry, terputus. Apa tadi soalan?
Ya. Ya, tadi tidak ada.
So,
ya. Tadi tidak ada pertanyaan, cuma statement aja dari.
Terputus tadi, network saya terputus.
Oh, terputus. Ya.
Boleh katalah if let's say they want to collaborate with us, why not? I think Bu Rika nak tanya, can I unmute?
Ya. So itu bukan Dr.
anyone
Gigi
want to
untuk
collaborate, I'm open.
ya.
Okay. Yeah.
Untuk
Good
Dr. Gigi.
evening all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak Andri.
Ya.
Selamat
Waalaikumsalam.
siang Prof. Rahmita dan Prof. Opim. Terima kasih banyak atas undangannya ya Prof. Hanya saja mohon maaf tidak semua bisa hadir staf pengajar dari Fakultas Kedokteran Gigi karena memang sudah ada schedule juga hari ini Prof. Jadi saya berdua dengan rekan saya ada Dr. Ervina hari ini yang ikut join. Very interesting lecture Prof. Rahmita and I'm actually now I'm in the first year in my doctorate program. So I want to make, I'm planning. Can you hear me, Prof. Rahmita?
Dengar, saya dengar.
Jadi Prof. Rahmita, pada saat ini saya sedang mengambil program S3 PhD doktoral. Jadi saya ada rencana membuat suatu app untuk mendiagnosis suatu kelainan dari sendi rahang. Jadi the background is because we in condition of COVID pandemic, so we can directly treat the patient. It's limited, right, Prof. Rahmita? Jadi itu muncul ide untuk merawat secara telemedicine, jarak jauh seperti itu. Mungkin Prof. Rahmita juga sudah banyak mengetahui ada telemedicine dan saya juga rencananya membuat teledentistry. Jadi apakah mungkin kita membuat suatu aplikasi di smartphone ya, kita membuat suatu diawali dari pemeriksaan secara kuesioner, kemudian pemeriksaan secara visual dan semuanya itu di dalam suatu app gitu, Prof. Rahmita. Sehingga nanti pasiennya bisa mengakses, menginstal aplikasi. Mungkin putus-putus ya, Pak Andri.
So nanti pasien itu akan ambil gambar. Aduh, putus.
Iya.
Boleh dengar tak? Clear tak?
Putus-putus, Prof.
Hello? Clear tak?
Ya, ini dengar, Prof.
Okey. Kalau hanya elektrik, aduh, itulah network macam
Ya mungkin nanti bisa diskusi lewat platform yang lain ya Pak Andri.
Ya, insya Allah bisa. Nanti ada emailnya Prof. Rahmita.
Okey.
Ya, ini dengar, Prof.
Saya offkan video. Ya, dengar.
Ya, dengar.
Itulah kalau if let's say it's just a matter of taking pictures, video and guide the patients, boleh. Tapi kalau nak sampai nak sentuh pun nak I rasa it's need a further investigations lah, takes a research further in depth. So I then use yes, can be done to make sure badan tu pegang boleh ni.
Baik, terima kasih Prof. Mungkin ada gangguan sedikit.
Maaf.
Maaf Pak Andri masih di mute. Ya prinsipnya saya paham, Prof. Rahmita. Ya, jadi memang kalau sebatas hanya taking video, pictures, kemudian kita analyze melalui suatu aplikasi itu masih bisa ya Prof ya. Tetapi lebih dari itu yang memerlukan pengembangan lebih jauh. Begitu ya Prof ya. Ya, mungkin nanti kita bisa berdiskusi lebih lanjut sampai mana batas-batas yang bisa kita lakukan dalam suatu app, smartphone app seperti itu ya Prof. Terima kasih penjelasannya, Prof. Terima kasih Pak Andri atas kesempatannya. Terima kasih Prof. Opim.
Ya, terima kasih Dr. Gigi Rika atas kehadirannya. Yang mudah-mudahan
terima kasih.
VR ini bisa membantu untuk Faculty of Dentistry di USU, ya, sehingga nanti akan jadi lebih baik nanti pelayanan terhadap pasien. Dan juga dokter giginya juga lebih mudah untuk melakukan operasi, juga mungkin operasinya bisa jarak jauh. Ya. Tapi kalau saya lihat kalau operasi jarak jauh ini ada faktor kepercayaan kepada human itu lebih tinggi daripada kepada teknologi. Karena kalau saya sendiri sih lebih senang kalau dokter giginya itu orang daripada robot gitu ya. Tapi kalau dalam untuk menunjang penelitian dan juga pendidikan, AR, VR ini sangat berguna sekali. Mudah-mudahan kedepannya akan lebih baik. Itu terima kasih sekali lagi atas kehadirannya Dr. Gigi Rika, dan mudah-mudahan kalau diundang masih dia datang ya. Insya Allah.
Ya, insya Allah. Terima kasih Pak Andri.
Ya, terima kasih. Ada lagi pertanyaan dari Putri Ramadhani, ya. Itu mohon izin bertanya, Prof. Rahmita. Saya tertarik untuk mengenal AR, VR, dan mixed reality. Lalu sebagai langkah awal terkecil, apa yang bisa saya awali untuk memulai praktis? Apakah memang dibutuhkan banyak device untuk melakukan eksperimen, project develop tersebut? Nah ini karena di Fasilkom TI ini, Prof. Rahmita, terutama di program studi ilmu komputer ini itu dia non applied, dia lebih ke theoretical, ya. Dan kalau implementasi itu pun kadang-kadang cuma sampai program, ya. Jadi tidak sampai dalam bentuk benda yang bisa kita sentuh, kita raba, kita lihat. Jadi Putri ini menanyakan apa sih langkah awal ya untuk bisa memulai praktis dari AR, VR, MR ini.
Ya, boleh clear. Ini kalau setakat, if let's say setakat untuk develop, what we need to do only laptop dan handphone lah. Of course, and then if let's say you want to use the simple app, you want to develop simple app, you just install Unity at this moment. Kita kan guna Unity saja. From that, we can learn step by step. And for the model, just learn using Blender. Blender is free. Unity is free. So you can learn Blender. Tak payah nak advance sangat device, just normal standard handphone yang current handphone, dan yang lama current, sebab yang lama dia the old version handphone dia tak support AR. So current handphone technologies, laptop kalau boleh laptop atau PC yang high spec, because you need to do the rendering everything. Nanti kalau low spec or simple spec tu, when you do the modeling and you want to render, nanti hang pula PC, because you need to render. Even though in the mobile app the level of details is not that high, but still we need to render. Itu saja, hanya mobile phone, laptop atau PC, dan install Unity dengan 3D modeling, sama ada Blender, 3D Max ataupun Maya. Of course, for students, they prefer use Blender because Blender is free at this moment. Itu saja.
Ya. Terima kasih Prof. Rahmita. Nampaknya sudah tidak ada lagi pertanyaan. Oke, jangan lupa untuk audiens, jadi bisa mengisi absen, itu ada di chat ya, tolong diisi. dan itu untuk memudahkan panitia nanti untuk membagikan sertifikat, ya, sertifikat e-sertifikat. Baik, karena tidak ada lagi pertanyaan, tapi saya boleh bertanya nggak, Prof?
Boleh.
Memang boleh. Saya ini sebenarnya betul-betul dari dari bidang yang betul-betul konseptual dan theoretical, computer science, cryptography lagi. Jadi banyak berhubungan sama matematika diskrit, dan kadang-kadang anak-anak mahasiswa ini dia cukup sulit untuk mengikuti karena banyak sekali matematikanya. Jadi, tapi kalau mungkin dijelaskan dengan augmented reality atau virtual reality, itu bisa lebih menarik. Nah, ada nggak kira-kira di Prof. Ramita di UPM pernah dilakukan pengajaran yang mathematical base atau algorithmic base yang pakai AR VR ini?
Untuk masa ni saya rasa junior saya mungkin dah buat. Saya tak buat lah sebab saya punya fokus ke medical kan. Most probably my juniors in my department, they work together with the mathematics department to create mobile and augmented reality applications. Kalau Pak Andri berminat, saya boleh tanyakan dengan juniors.
Boleh.
Ataupun kita boleh kerjasama, why not, right?
Boleh, ya. Kami sebenarnya sudah ada cakap-cakap nih sama Dr. Ashraf Asbullah dari UPM. Mungkin Prof. Ramita tahu, itu yang menciptakan algoritma Rabin Pi. Itu mungkin kita mau kerjasama juga lah, mudah-mudahan kita juga di kerjasama antar fakultas di UPM sama USU ini bisa lebih ditingkatkan lagi ya, terutama kalau sudah ada lagi memorandum of understanding kita. Dulu saya ingat Prof. Ramita kami undang dulu tahun 2009 ya 2009, dan sebelum itu juga kita sudah mengadakan student mobility. Jadi student dari UPM datang ke USU, kemudian tahun depannya student dari USU datang ke UPM seminggu. Jadi itu bagus sekali kalau kita mau masuk ke world class university. And again, thank you very much Kak Ci, Prof. Ramita, dan for your interesting and mind-opening presentation. Terima kasih Kak Ci. Semoga ilmunya itu bisa menjadi amal jariah bagi Prof. Ramita, dan mudah-mudahan kerjasama kita bisa ditingkatkan lagi di hari-hari ke depan. Itu aja, mungkin saya selaku moderator mohon maaf apabila ada salah-salah kata, dan mudah-mudahan ini bukan pertemuan yang terakhir, dan mudah-mudahan tahun depan juga Prof. Ramita masih bersedia untuk kami undang ya Prof ya. Insya Allah kita semua sehat-sehat, dan mudah-mudahan undangannya bukan via Zoom tapi langsung datang ke fakultas, sebab lebih enak kalau interaksi. Mudah-mudahan COVID-19 ini itu segera berlalu. Itu aja dari kami. Terima kasih sekali lagi Prof. Ramita. Selamat sore. Billahi taufik wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Prof. Ramita.
Terima kasih.
Berlanjut.
Foto session belum Pak Andri?
Masih sama Prof.
Photo session, oke.
Ini foto session zaman moden ni.
Prof. Ramita.
Ya.
Saya diingatkan Facebook 17 Desember 2016 Prof ke Fasilkom FGD.
Ya.
Jadi hari yang sama juga tahun ini 17 Desember. Ya.
Alhamdulillah.
Angka keramat macam
Angka
itu.
keramat.
Di foto session ya.
Audiensnya boleh buka kamera.
Ya. Audiensnya silakan buka kamera ya. Mungkin lagi pada sholat asar nih, Bu Maya.
Sudah Pak.
Karena
Udah pada balik tuh.
Pada balik. Ya. Tadi luar biasa udah sampai 150 lebih. Kemudian Ini yang terbanyak. Katanya.
Siapa yang ambil
Message
Pak?
dulu operator. Nah.
Dikasih aba-aba kali Pak Andri? Yang foto Pak Andri?
Operator.
Operator tolong.
Operator. Ya tadi udah minta izin 3 menit yang lalu. Silakan operator. Ya ini ya silakan sedang di progres di Ibu Maya. Oke. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Oke, sudah? Oke, sudah.
Oke.
Nggak terasa tapi ya.
Terima kasih Prof. Ramita, terima kasih Pak Opim, Prof. Opim, Ibu Dr. Gigi Rika. Ini terakhir kita ini Pak webinar, insya Allah next year kita akan ada lagi ya Prof. Ramita.
Oke.
Ada kerjasama lagi.
Terima kasih Prof. Opim, terima kasih Pak Andri, terima kasih
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bu Rika.
Ya, terima kasih Prof.
Oke.
Izin live ya Prof semuanya.
Live.
Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum.
Oke, Waalaikumsalam. Bye-bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.